Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are in orbit of Mars again today with our Project Mars lander, and today's the big day. Today we're actually going to try to set this hefty little guy down on the planet's surface and hopefully get our very first successful soft touchdown on Mars. So the very first thing we want to do is, well, decouple the lander from the transfer stage. Let me just verify. Good, that has a target. That antenna is active. We have two of our solar panels turned on so that we can go ahead and come over here and hit... Well, let me check our fuel levels. Okay, those are topped off and blocked, topped off and locked. Good, so we shouldn't need to pull any fuel from the transfer stage. Now we can decouple. And of course with signal delay that'll take quite a while to get to us. Yeah, about 8 minutes or so. That's not too bad. So also what we want to do is, okay, good, I have already armed the parachute and verified that they are going to open up when I think they are. We will also go through and manually activate these engines instead of using the staging menu, which often screws me up. Activate, activate, activate. No, we're not gonna. There we go. KSP was just giving me a bit of a stutter. 1, 2, 3, 4 engines activating. Perfect. And I am also going to actually activate all of these ones down here as well. Activate. Oh, come on. Don't play the you can't click on me game. Activate. That's always fun and interesting, isn't it? Now I don't know which ones I've activated. So, activate. Come on, no playing the you can't click on me game. That's not going to go well for us today. Activate. We'll have plenty of time to make sure that we can double check everything before we hit atmosphere. So our current time to periapsis is 1 hour 49 minutes. We are going to lower that periapsis from 135 into something that will bring us onto a reentry course. But we're figuring our time to be on the ground should be greater than 5 hours. So I will set 5 hours as our signal delay for our boot sequence, which is probably the most important part of all of this. And that will extend our 2 closed solar panels and activate our stowed short range and our stowed long range antenna. Perfect. Alright, and so if we're going to be at our periapsis in 1 hour 48 minutes, after we lower our periapsis, that time will be a little bit shorter. So I'm going to speculate that 1 hour and we'll just say 37 minutes. We should go ahead and run our shutdown sequence to deactivate this antenna, retract these panels, retract these panels. Good enough. Alright, and the last thing left to program for this is the decoupling of this stage, which I don't want to be too aggressive on because there's fuel up here in this core for these 4 engines. But I don't know if their thrust is going to offset the weight of just this heat shield alone. So just having that up there may be more of a detriment than not. But I would like to get some use out of that fuel is really the key to this. Even if it's only for deorbiting. Alright, we're about half an hour away from our apoapsis where we will make our burn to deorbit. So let's just fast forward a bit. Hopefully we'll be pretty close to that retrograde vector. Nope, I guess not. Well then, we should unlock thruster fuel. Bunk bunk. And get ourselves kind of pointed in that direction. Oops. The placement of these thrusters I'm now seeing is a problem. They're almost directly in line with our center of mass. So they don't want to do a whole lot for us currently. Their ability to redirect our attitude is not very good. So really, if we're hoping to reorient the spacecraft after or once we are in the atmosphere, these thrusters are not going to be able to do it. We're going to have to come in butt first, which means we're going to have to make a telemetry change up here. I'm going to use the time warp bug to kill our rotation because I'm a cheaty McCheaterson. Alright, we're just waiting for all of our engines to come online. Make sure, yep, that is all of them, and we're still 19 minutes away from our periapsis, so we're gonna, whoa, oh, okay, the view changed. I thought Mars disappeared. God, it's so annoying. Alright, yeah, we're pretty off axis. I should have seen that coming. 2, 1. Alright, let's come out of time warp and start to adjust ourselves a little bit here. Come on. Well, yeah, it'll take a little while. No big deal. Oh, those... We should probably open up those fuels, huh? Yes, yes we should. Alright. And we are coming up to our retrograde vector. Let's go ahead and throw the gear out. Oh, that's in an hour 37. Oh, that will be a problem. So we're going to be at periapsis in hour 21. Okay, 53 should be good enough. Let me set my delay back to 0. Now I can... Oh. I'm going to have to cancel that command to toggle the gear. Because otherwise I'm going to extend them, and then it's going to put them back out. Was that the correct one? Yeah, that's the one that's in an hour or some change. Make sure there's no other command to... Okay. Toggle gear. There we go. Okay. Now just the very delicate measure of when to jettison our heat shield. I guess I would like to be facing the retrograde now, because that will put me at prograde. No, I don't want to be at prograde when we hit the atmosphere. I want to be at retrograde, because I need to use these engines to slow down. Parachutes are armed. Good, good, good. Alright, so I figure I will probably start firing the thrusters as we're approaching periapsis, which is an hour and 19 minutes away. So 1 hour... we'll just say 20 mic. In 1 hour and 20 minutes, you may decouple. Really hope that's right. Like, I really, really, really hope that's right. Alright, just a quick double check of the things. Yep, okay. And we'll head jump back. Hey everybody, and so if you're wondering about the weird jump in editing, here's the story. Mission seemed to be going pretty well. We hit atmosphere. All engines were firing. We were decelerating nicely, and then the heat shield section decoupled and flew itself off into Neverland, and KSP ceased to work. This problem has happened 4 times now, where as soon as this section decouples and flies off into the ether, the game just crashes. I have not been able to replicate the problem on the launch pad. It even does it here in orbit of Mars, just as like a test fire, just shooting off this decoupler and letting it go and seeing what happens, but the game instantly crashes. So it's well, it's become kind of a conundrum for me. There's no parts clipping through anything on this section. There's nothing odd or weird about how this is all put together. I didn't use any weird part clipping stuff or anything like that. So it's quite odd. But I literally can't figure it out. The only thing I can figure to do is to try to land the dumb thing with the heat shield attached. So I have removed the decouple command from Flight Computer, and I have enabled crossfeed on the decoupler itself. And so we're going through our shutdown sequence now. Really, I think my only option currently is to just try to land the whole stupid thing, which sucks. I would really prefer not to do it this way. It's an extra, like, 1.5 tons that we're trying to bring down and land on the surface of Mars with very limited fuel and parachutes that we know aren't very effective. So, this being a last-ditch-ass effort, it is... well, it is what it is. We've got like 60 days left on this radio stuff from Mars contract that we have. So if this doesn't work, if we can't make it, if we can't make this work, then that's it. And I'm really sorry, but I will have failed you on landing on Mars yet again. I'd like to say it's not my fault, but I tried this overly complicated design full well knowing that my whole landing process wouldn't even require a heat shield because our orbital speed and the atmospheric density of Mars is so low that this didn't even really have to be here. We needed it for an aero capture maneuver that we ended up burning for anyway because our mass was so high. So really, this heat shield has served very little actual purpose. It may have saved us a kilometer per second, but I can't say that it didn't also maybe cost us a kilometer per second in, fuel for the transfer vehicle to get it here, fuel from the transfer vehicle for the burn that we had to do to to insert orbitally, to do our orbital insertion. So, lessons learned. Aero capture at Mars might just be off the table as a viable strategy. It worked for us in the past. It worked pretty well, but those spacecraft were out of fuel, and thus very light, and thus easier to aero capture. Whereas this one came in, had lots of fuel, and was heavy, and did not aero capture. So, it's, I don't know, it's something to think about for future strategies on missions to Mars. So I'm just tempting the Kraken by using Time Warp. I want to get our altitude down to just below 40 kilometers so I can start a braking burn to slow ourselves down enough to hopefully get our parachutes deployed safely. Here's hoping. We hope, we pray. So... fingers crossed, everybody. This is it. This is, I don't know, this is the stupidest situation I've ever had to encounter while trying to land anything on Mars. I've never actually, in all of my time playing RP-0, successfully landed anything on Mars, so it's kind of like a unicorn for me at this point. I know I've seen a million people do it. I'm honestly still very new to RP-0 as a whole. Other than landing things on the moon, like things, not Kerbals. All of this stuff is very first time for me, so you're kind of seeing me experience it as I'm learning, and I hope that's not too much of a downside for people who are looking for professionals. There are lots of people out there who are way better than me at this, and boy does it show, especially when I can't even land this little 2.5 ton dinky probe on Mars to save my life. Interesting, isn't it? Alright. So the tie-off here is, will we have enough fuel to slow ourselves down enough to let the chutes deploy, and then also have enough fuel to slow ourselves down enough to avoid splattering ourselves all over the surface? That is a very big question. Alright, 39 kilometers. Let's start this braking burn. There we go, all engines lit. Good. I would like to have that down to below a kilometer. This is telling us 750 meters per second delta V, but we do also have some deceleration due to drag. I'm going to keep the fuel pumped towards the bottom. I hope that... Okay, good. Fuel crossfeed is working. I guess I don't need you open anymore. Alright, what's our speed? 21 kilometers per second. Rate of descent, not deceleration, has increased Quite a lot, actually. But I don't have a whole lot of lateral control here. So here's hoping. 18 kilometers per second. I would like to pitch up just a bit. Yeah, that's just not going to happen. There will be no pitching up for any reason whatsoever. Alright, shoot indicator has gone yellow. That's good, but not great. Come on. Come on, go green. Go green. Should have made these chutes Kevlar. The weight restriction was such a big thing then. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh boy, what the hell? Ah, crap, our primaries broke. Stay at retrograde. There they go. We are still yellow. No, do not accelerate us. Oh, crap. Oh, we lost all of our parachutes. Oh, no, no, no. And we're still moving really fast. Well, we might be below Mach 2 when we hit the surface. That's something. We're about to run out of fuel. I'm going to just kill the engines here for a second and try to let us decelerate a bit. It's not going to be enough. We're still going to hit the surface at well over Mach 1. Fuck. Yeah. There they go. We are empty. Well, fuck. This is gonna hurt. I'm really sorry. Yet again. Splash. No survivors. I am... Yeah, cannot add... that's... Thank you. Is it still there? No, nothing. Yeah, didn't think so. Just that this was still hanging out, so I thought maybe, yeah. Well, we are continuing our perfect record of failing to land anything on Mars, and this time we've failed a contract because of it. So that's, for this one contract, that's 3 attempts, 3 failures. Total for this program is 5 attempts, 5 failures. So, alright. We'll get it right next time, I promise. God damn it. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I do appreciate it, and I don't know. I'm gonna get this right. This might become an unhealthy obsession, but that's gonna do it for today's episode. I do appreciate you hanging out to watch me fail some more. It's becoming quite a trend, isn't it? Alright, well, I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully with a lot less failures. Till then, see you later. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up set. What? Oh, come on! You... Fuck, pilot! Fuck! Alright, just a test run. Make sure everything's okay here, right? I mean, come on. No, come on. You, come on! Useless pilot, go sue. Alright, and they're out. We can toggle that fuel down and get our thrusters working again. And SEP. God damn it! You worked in the simulations. What the motherfucking piece of...